Hi, welcome everyone. This is Donna McDonald. Myself and Christy Liverance are your facilitators for this month's July Zoom team gathering filled with fun and frolic. That's all we can tell you. But we have a few things in store for you. We're going to talk a little bit about booking, because bookings are always, the thing that we need to focus on most, as well as working on engaging people with Facebook parties and using Canva, in order to do that. So Canva, for me personally, when I first, started into virtual, was a really scary place, and I was able to conquer it. And you know what? It's not always the prettiest, but it definitely works. And we know that with Facebook now, it's really about creating your own posts in order to kind of follow Facebook's guidelines. So I'm going to go ahead and screen share, and we're going to get started by welcoming our newest consultants. So let me get started here. All right, can you see my screen, Christy? Awesome. Okay, so welcome to this evening. First of all, we want to say welcome to our June team members. Donna Reed, who is with Angie Hui, Michelle Gorsup, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, Deidre Kelly, Taryn Sandman, who is here on the call with us today, sponsored by Kathy Gordon on the Macintosh team, Candy Edwards, personally sponsored by Christina McIntosh, Katie Gibson, recruiter Tony Blackwell, Christina Letts, who was recruited by Christine Feltwell, Jennifer Anatilia, I'm sorry, I'm chopping that up, by Jenny Davis, and then Tamara Bretnall by Lou Ann Atkinson of the Davis team. So welcome. We're really excited that you have decided to join us. And I really encourage all of you to jump on by inviting people to our opportunity events. So even if you're brand new, you don't have to know everything about the business, because on our opportunity events on July 10th and July 31st, we'll help you get those new consultants on board. It's all about you inviting them, though, to get them to take a closer look at Pampered Chef. And July is a great time to have new consultants on board, because it's all about get your grill on. They can earn the double burner grill pan and the press for the new consultants bonus. And those of you that are going to conference, there's lots of exciting things that are going to be announced at conference. And so if you're not going to go to conference, you want to make sure that you get right onto Consultant Corner after conference, so you can hear all the news that will be happening for our new consultants. So that's just a little tease for you. Next, we have two new directors on our team, Jamie Craven, and Jamie's here on the call today. Jamie, we're so excited to have you as a new director. And Amy Kuchin, and those are two of our director promotions. So let's give them a big congratulations. Wahoo for them. Clapping is allowed. Awesome. And then we have a new senior director, Jamie Swanson, promoted to senior director this month. So we are really excited to be celebrating with Jamie this month, next month, and however long she wants us to celebrate with her. So we're all about having some fun. So if you have looked at Consultants Corner already, you can see that the first thing is we have a summer sale. We don't typically have products that are on sale that are new products. So just take a look at these. This month only, your customers can get 3 new products for just $49 each. So the Waffle Puff Pan and Pampered Chef did a great job of really saturating, the market, talking about the Waffle Puff Pan. So customers are already wanting this pan. And when they can get this, on sale and save for $16, that is great. So the wine tumblers, great gift. Lots of people getting married, bridal showers right now. And then, of course, the make your own chip set. So with that said, we kind of want to talk about, and I'm going to stop sharing for a second. we want to talk about what are the reasons that you want to party in July. So what are the reasons we want to party? Of course, because we want a paycheck. We want to party because we want to earn the new travel tote that is offered to us as consultants at that first 750 level. And I will be sharing that tote tomorrow on the Sharing Spoon page, so you'll get kind of a look at that. So there's a bonus to book those parties at the beginning of the month. Does anybody want to share what that bonus is? You book a show for the 1st and the 15th of July. What do your hosts receive?
S'more sticks.
What's that?
The s'more sticks.
That's right. Thank you, Kathy. They get the s'more sticks, which that is fabulous. So you know, everybody, this is the time of year that people are doing more camping. But even if they have our tabletop grill, that's a wonderful accessory for that. So the second reason is our hosts get a huge savings, you know, on those grilling products, and that's through the month. Throughout the month. And then of course we have a new party theme, and the party theme is Summer Fresh and Fun. There's actual a virtual as well as an in-person marketing material that you can use there. So so that is one of the reasons. So what we're going to do is we're going to break you out, and hold on, let me I'm going to share so you can see what your assignment is. And your assignment is, when you get into your breakout groups, is that you're going to discuss reasons people want to get together for a Pampered Chef party in person or virtual. Okay? So, reasons for getting people together, and then who are you going to ask? Okay? So I want you to kind of think about, hold on, let me get this. I want you to think about, you know, what's on your list of people that you haven't asked, or just share with your group who are the people that you have asked, because maybe an old idea to you is a new idea to someone else on the group. Okay. All right. Any questions about what you're going to do in your breakout group?
Donna, Nicole messaged that she's only on chat. So I don't know if that affects which group you put her in. She can't verbally talk. So I just want to give you a heads up.
It will be a learning curve. We will figure that out once we get in the breakout room. If anything, Nicole can chat with me because I'll be here. Okay. All right. All right. So make sure you have one person who is your scribe, because you're going to come back and you're going to share one tip with the large group. Okay. All right. So any questions? You're good? All right. Give me a second. Let me get you into our breakout rooms. We're going to put you in. All right. Okay. So I am opening your rooms, and go for it, ladies and gentlemen. You've been invited to join, so you have to say yes. Donna, can you hear me? Oh, there you go. Hey, Lydia, how are you? Lydia, if you go ahead, there we go. Welcome back.
Hello, hello.
All right. Did you all have enough time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
I never know if I have.
Rudy. Right up.
Let's figure out who would like. I guess you're gonna have to do a raise a hand, so because I didn't know who your spokesperson was. So Jenny, are you?
Okay, so our group, we came up with a few ideas here. My personal favorite is the get away from the children party. Since I had lots of boys at my house today, get away from the children party for me and for them.
Oh, nice.
Also known as a freedom party. So you're literally gonna call anybody who has a child. It's like I'm thinking about hosting one myself because my girlfriends and I, we just haven't seen each other lately since school's been out. So host it yourself also. A grilling party. You can do it by the pool if you want. It's a perfect time to do a co-ed party. And you can even tie it in with a beer tasting. So do a grilling and beer tasting party. Beer tasting parties are great. Everybody brings like 2 or 3 bottles of their favorite beers. You have the host get little like solo cup shot glasses. You can get them from like the Dollar Tree. And then you just put the beers out and people just walk around with their little glasses and they sample all the beers during the party. Lots of fun. Co-ed, higher sales. Party with teachers. So if you have any teacher friends or just your kids' teachers, any teachers, summer's out, they don't get a chance to socialize during the school year, teachers a lot of times. So it's a great time for them to do it. And then the last one I wanted to share, so other people can share, is our school meal prep to teach people how to do lunches. I know you can either do it now so they're ready for like when August rolls around, but we can teach them so many different ways to use like the waffle stick pan, the donut pan. They can, Christy likes to use the skillet and she pre-makes breakfast burritos and freezes those. So you can teach them how to freeze breakfast and lunches using tons of our different products. And that can be a great virtual party as well.
Great. Thanks, Jenny. Those are great ideas. Okay, so who was in that, in Jenny's group? Raise your hand. Okay, good. So you guys did, good job. All right, give me a next person who was the spokesperson, have something. Kelly, let me unmute you, Kelly.
Hi.
Hey, Kelly.
Hey, everybody. We had some similar ones as the last group, but we came up with sports moms. Sports moms have a little bit more time right now. It's a little bit more relaxed. So maybe something to do with the team and getting things ready and easy ways to prep. But the sports moms have a little bit more time to gather. People who like to grill, obviously, because we have the grilling thing going on. We also had teachers. They don't get to socialize as much, bringing them together. But a good one was people that have pools. It's a good time of year to do sip and dip. That would go along with what we were talking about the last group with the beer tasting. That would go along with that. People that like to have adult beverages, we have those wine coolers. It's a really good time to sample some great recipes we have. And then somebody in our group came up with, think about your past vendors. The vendor events, get those names out and offer them the opportunity. We have a great, buy 75 and you get those two spices. A lot of people have already reached out to me about that. But if you're in Florida, it's hurricane season. So reach out to those people. The indoor grill is a great thing to have in your supply for hurricane time. So that was what our group had came up with.
Great, thanks, Kelly. Who's in Kelly's group? Hey, good job. All right, who's next? I've got a lot of, Jamie.
So along with what everybody else pretty much said, for reasons, of course, people are going to get together for their typical graduations, weddings, but even like the housewarmings, of course, anytime somebody's moving, even going in with that, if you have a college student going to college, getting them prepared as well. Of course, typical, who doesn't always want a girls' night out, regardless of what's going on? So there's always that. And then, of course, it is summer, so summer fun with all the different summer recipes, any of the cool treats that you could do to kind of theme it. Well, obviously, we have the theme that we have this year, the summer fun and fresh that they have out there, but we also still have stuff that's reminiscent of the best summer ever from last year that you could use as well. So that's pretty much all we had other than what you guys had already said.
Good. Thanks, Jamie. Who's in Jamie's team? Good job, team. All right. All right, who's next? I gotta make sure. Let's see, that was 3, right? I gotta look at the second screen. Nobody's talking. I know we had more than 3 groups.
Right here, Donna.
Who say, is that Christine? Oh, Christine, you're over
Christine.
you are on my second page. Okay, Christine, go ahead.
Well, pretty much everything that we mentioned has already been discussed already. So as not to bore you with multiple things, basically the only new thing that we had mentioned that I haven't heard yet was utilizing the free host special from July 1st to the 15th, the fondue set. So basically have a fondue party with your host. So this way you can not only use the rock hop, which they could also use as a host reward, but use the fondue set at the party and then give that set to the host. So that kind of shows everyone, that her free gifts, the rock crop, kind of put that, out there for everyone. And then that'll also help you get some bookings for later in the month, maybe, or even to the following month for August, which is going to be 60% off anything, which is always good for a rock crop.
That's a great idea. I need to think about that. Everyone loves a fondue party. So, okay.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, Christine. All right. Anyone else have something additional to share that was new? Lorraine.
I was in group 4, and some of the ideas that we had come up with that are a little bit different. A beat the heat party with the indoor grilling, whether it's the grill pan or the grill. And as far as who to reach out to is looking on your wish lists, people who have shared their wish list with you to see who have these items on their wish list. And then also using the Rock Rock Grillstone for an ice cream party. So maybe you could combine ice cream plus fondue and just have a dessert party and utilize those tools.
Okay, great. Love that. Thanks, Lorraine. All right, anyone else? Is that it? Okay, so we got lots of great ideas. You know, you're thinking we go through booking, you know, ideas at every call, and that's, you know, because as I said, that's the lifeline. So you have to, you know, make it a goal to reach out to as many people as possible in the next 3 days. You know, anyone, you know, who loves Pampered Chef, anyone who's planning a staycation. You know, we were just talking, I said, first thing I opened up the call was who's going on vacation. And the first thing was I'm having a staycation, you know, this year. Couples that are looking for a fun party. You know, you'd be surprised at how many people don't know how to grill. You know, when you talk to them about, well, did you ever notice why half of your meat, you know, your chicken breast stays on the grill? Why? You know, because they're turning the meat over too soon. So people just, things that we know as Pampered Chef consultants, a lot of people don't know. So with the grill pan, as well as, you know, grilling in general, you know, are something that we can teach people. So you know, everyone that's on your email list, your consultant connection, of course, anybody that you come in contact through within the day. And Christy's going to talk about, you know, social posts and how to make those social posts pop, and also words to say. So good job, everyone. Let me go ahead and back to screen share, and we are going to go ahead and we are going to move on from there. So we're going to talk about getting bookings, okay? And before we turn this over to Christy, if you have not listened to this recording yet, we're going to go ahead and we are going to, oh, maybe we're not going to do that. Hold up, I got to find it in my, on my other page. Oh, there it is. Okay, so can you see my bookings for July slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Can you hear it?
Yes.
Hi everyone, my name is Danielle Redner and I'm coming to you from Brandon, Florida. I wanted to share with you 3 tips on how to get bookings using the July Host Specials. Check out the amazing grilling products. Okay, so tip number 1, use the products so that way you really love them. Because of course, if you love something, you're going to tell everyone about it. So make sure you're using them so you can really bring the passion through into selling the products. So make sure you use them and you share why you love them. Be sure to educate yourself on the upcoming specials so you can know what your focus is for the month. Feature recipes that you make at home and that use those items as well. So maybe this month for the grilling special, you're going to show up the recipes that you're using in double grill pan or your single grill pan, or you can't see it the way my camera is, but I've got the Rock Rock in the background. And so make sure that you're really using the items and you're featuring recipes that use them. Tip number 2 is make sure that you paint a picture with the grill products that are featured in July's special. So what that means, it is important because people want to see they want to see themselves using the products in their own kitchen. So make sure you're talking about how they can meal prep with it. Maybe you're talking about how they can use it for their dinners. Maybe they might see how it will put some ease in their mealtime routine. Create a picture so clear that they see themselves in it. You have to learn to sell the sizzle and not the state. And what that means is you're not just selling how, like, on my live video I just did, we made burgers, right? So I didn't talk about just how we're going to make cheeseburgers. I talked about how this is used in your everyday life. So maybe you're talking about how, oh my goodness, you'll love the grill pan. What do you make at your house for dinner? Do you make burgers or salmon or chicken? Did you know you can cook your chicken in just 3 minutes each side? Your pork chops come out amazingly juicy in just 3 minutes each side. So are you selling the sizzle and not the steak? Not just the one specific use, but how they can use it every day. Make sure you share the value of the pan, and that you tell them that instead of being $2.90 this month, they can get it for just $116. So make sure you use those numbers. I like to say next month you can get that double grill pan instead of being $2.90. It's just $116. So let's find a week that works for you. All right, tip number 3 is go live. Now you see me right here. I'm in the kitchen. I just got done with the live. Actually, my son is helping me. He's scooping out watermelon. You see we've got a nice big bowl of it here. But go live. You use the products that you use in your house. We literally were making cheeseburgers. So I went live on my page and talked about how to make cheeseburgers with a double grill pan. Talk about the products that you love. Be genuine. Be authentic. And remember, you don't have to be perfect. So my kids are in the videos. Sometimes they're running around and making noise. Sometimes the dog is barking. Sometimes there's a fight. People love to see that you're just a normal person and that you're not trying to follow a perfect script. I hope these tips help get you wonderful and happy booking.
Okay. So at first I couldn't figure out what the child was doing. Was anyone else distracted by the child? Okay. So, but she had great ideas, and now we know he was making watermelon. So he was actually helping. So I hope that go back and listen to that again, because Danielle did share some great ideas. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the rest over to, hold on, let me get to this. To Christy, and we are going to have you take it away, Christy.
Yay! Okay, so we are going to discuss using your own pictures to book your parties, because everybody has seen our Pampered Chef pictures right at this point. And when you use your own products, then it stirs up your own pictures of stuff. It usually stirs up, and I don't have them all in here, but you can see there's 13 comments on this post, and people were like, how did you make this heart? And what is that picture down here? Which, you know, it's the cauliflower crust pizza. And then everybody was like, what is on that asparagus? Like, everybody had questions about it. And then this lady starts talking about how she loved her stone, but it broke. And I was telling her that she could, you know, definitely buy a new one at this new party and everything. And when people say like something's broke or they need this or they need that, or they would love to have this, I usually try to ask them to buy it first from the party to help the host that's currently doing the party. If they later mention something again, then I tell them to host a party, because obviously they like multiple things, so they need to have a party instead. So, but I like this says, be yourself, be concerned and considerate about like their issues, like her party broke or her stone broke, and I was like, oh no, that's a horrible thing, and then offer the products at a discount after afterwards. So, okay, next clicker. Okay, and so this, I don't know if you guys noticed, this is the same woman, and this is from the same party. So you always want to offer to have a party for your higher priced product. So I offer it always in the post. And then, like she said, she's thinking about having a party. So I don't say, that's great, or when would you, you know, I'm like, here are the months that we have. You know, here's what's coming up. Which month works best for you? Then they choose their month, and then I tell them the days that work best for me, because I'm not doing parties all, like some start on Tuesday, some start on Thursday, whatever works for me. So let's see. I have to move our picture here just a smidge. Okay. Yeah, so I think that's all for that one. That will get her scheduled up and offering stuff a couple of different times. Okay, next. And sometimes on rare occasions, things like this happen. And so whenever somebody like just messages you or messages into the party, be sure that you're excited and let them know that you're happy to party with them. And then like you see here where I say, when were you thinking, January or February? Because I'm trying to book my calendar, in the next couple of months, but I'm also not trying to book out until June or some there in February. So I want it to be sometime soon. And so I asked her which month she wants. And then once again, I gave her my dates and then she picks her date. And then I make sure that they message me with their information, because then I have them in, and I don't have to go look for them. It's just easier that they message me their information and all of their stuff for setting up their parties and everything. And then it's easier for me to, become friends with them, start a conversation outside of the party. So there's that one. And then we're going to be fishing for bookings from using Messenger or Messages. So from here, this one is one of my favorites. So I knew this woman sold Pure Romance at one time, and I don't want anything from Pure Romance, but I just said, hey, are you still selling this? And she says, no. She couldn't do it, blah, 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 whatever, and then tells me the person that I can get to. And I was like, oh, darn, I just missed the cutoff date for this party. But while I have you here, do you want to have a Pampered Chef party this month or next month? And she's like, maybe next month. So, I contacted her, not for the purpose of, for my purpose, it was absolutely all about asking her to have a party, but she didn't know that. And so the next... Donna's my next person.
Yes.
So then I showed her what the May and June host rewards were, asked her which one looked best for her, because she may not want, if it was, 60% off stainless steel, she may not want anything stainless steel, so she might rather go for another one. So I offered the other things. And then, of course, she picks June, and I gave her my dates again, and she booked right away, and I actually just closed out her party, which was amazing. So that was just digging for a party that I didn't, using an extra, just digging. There we go. With a purpose. Okay, and so then we're making them feel special. So I did this with a lot of my hosts at the beginning of the year, but you could still do it any time of the year. So I just said, hey, I'm trying to get all my fabulous customers rescheduled. You did a party last year in April. It was amazing. So do you want to reschedule for this April? And she was like, yep. You let me know when, and I gave her the dates, and she was like, whatever works best for you. And so I picked a date for her, and she says, sweet, great, it's wonderful. So I did that with a lot of my customers and just went back through, and I did this in January, and I went through all through the year. Hey, you just had a party in September. Do you want to get back on my September schedule, because it fills up really quickly, and I don't want you to miss out. So that was making them feel special, like they're amazing hosts and whatnot. Then what do you do with this person who always says, just keep me informed of what the host specials are, but they never book a party, and then they always have an excuse when you ask them about it? So this is what I do with my people. You just keep asking them, and you keep showing them stuff. And so mine get real basic. Hey, here's the upcoming host specials for January, February, and March, or, whichever month. Do you want me to put you down for one of these months? And so I share with them the months. And then here comes her excuses. That'll be the next thing. Somewhere. There it is. She's like, what do I do? Just send links? And I was like, yeah, basically yes, because we'll get to that later on. And then she's like, I'm broke. And I'm like, but that's the best part of hosting the parties, because even if your party does great, you can get just the free stuff, and all it's going to cost you is shipping, whatever. So it's not going to cost you a thing to host a party. So which month do you want? January, February, or March? And then she says for me to pick. And so I picked, a month for her or whatever, showed her the specials. And she says stoneware, because she's really like the stoneware. instead. So instead of the double free products, which was great. So we picked her date, and then we did her party. So eventually they cave in if you just keep asking them. And I've been after this lady. She's had one party with me when I first started, and I was after her for a year to do another party. And then she finally just did another one. So.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I hope that you're hearing the message is that Christy is working different ways to get people excited. You know, first of all, she's keeping her customers engaged and her hosts engaged. I mean, I've had that mindset in the past, shame on me, where it's like, oh, well, they just had a party and they got lots of free stuff. They don't want to have another party right now. Where she's not taking that mindset on. She's like, okay, they should be having a party every 6 months. And especially with a virtual party, there's zero investment for them. They're not buying food. They're not cleaning their house. They're just basically doing what they always do, is play on Facebook. And now they have a purpose to do that. So what questions does anyone have for Christy? I didn't look in the chat box. Christina usually keeps up with that. Christina, was there anything in the chat box that? Okay.
Sorry. No, just Jenny commented she loved something that you said, but there were no questions.
Okay, thanks, Christina. So any questions, anything for Christy? Okay, so how many of you are comfortable with building the relationships the way that Christy's doing and keeping in front of them? Okay, that's really is what's key. So, Lorraine, did you have something you want to share with the group? Okay, all right. So I'm so glad Nicole is raising her hand. Where are you, Nicole? There you go. Nicole, did you want to say something to us? And she's typing. Okay.
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
I have the first virtual party coming up in August, and I'm doing it 3-day because it's my first one. So how often, if anyone's done one, do you go live in those virtual parties?
Okay. So Chris, you want to answer what you do, and maybe if somebody has other options, type it in the box.
Okay, so mine depends on my host. If my host is super into her party and is doing everything that I'm asking her to, then I just kind of let it ride and go live like once or twice in the party. But if my host is doing nothing, I literally try to go live every day. And I'll just pick a product from the party that I didn't have a video of, and I will use that recipe. So I'm not live for like 20 minutes, maybe like 3 or 4 minutes, and like the closing cut, I might show a picture of that, because later I'm gonna go live and do a 5-minute video of here's what I cut with the closing cut. And what I find is people, they get that it cuts, grapes and bread and stuff, but people usually buy it when you slice a big fat piece of chicken breast in half, and then they're like, oh, I need that. So that's usually what I do, is get out some chicken, make sure it's thawed out, slice that, and then I show, instead of having 8 pieces of chicken, you now have 16, so that's a whole lot more meals for the week. So you're saving money, cutting down on your portion size, being healthy, and all these wonderful things real quick in a fast video.
Yeah, absolutely. There should be, just read your host. If you were able to get that booking because you said you were going to go live, because lots of times they'll book because they want their guests to experience being at a live show and sitting at home. Okay, they want to feel like they're at a cooking class, and you don't have to be preparing, a 15-minute meal. Just what Christy said. That's why we challenge you on the sharing spoon to demo just your hands, because then you have no excuse that your hair's not done, or you need makeup and you need that challenge was put out so that you all get comfortable with just doing a demo that's just showing one product. And that's the way, that can be your live segments in your virtual parties, is just demonstrating one product. You know, you don't even have to be using food. You can just be talking and demonstrating with your hands. So I believe it, last time I checked yesterday, we were still only at the letter K, right? You guys can do a lot better than that. Come on, we should be through that alphabet already. So go ahead and get on there and start putting some videos on there, okay? All right, so we are gonna have Christy go ahead and show us Canva. So if we have about, actually, you know, our call is supposed to be finishing at 9:15, so we're gonna be running a little bit over today. But so just to, if you are not interested in Canva, I just wanna wrap up with a few things. Let me just transfer. Let me do a screen share on this because I want you all to see this before. This is something that you will find, it's a tracker, because you know that it's going to take contacting people more than once to book parties. So you shouldn't feel like you're badgering people until you've contacted them 6 or 7 times. 5 times is an average that you need to reach out to people to get those shows on your calendar. Now, if you have not looked at the learning units and the Sharing Spoon, there is a plethora of information there. And this tracker is, you'll find this on Unit 12, which is the Have It All Call series. And that Have It All Call series is relevant to what's happening right now this summer. And the host coaching one that we just posted on Monday is an awesome host coaching training call. So go ahead and listen to that. Okay, so that's where you're going to find this tracker. As I said to you, I challenge you to reach out to, you know, as many people as possible in the next 3 days. So go ahead and use this tracker as your point of reference. Okay. All right. So if you'd like to stay on with us and talk about Canva, we would love to have you stay. If you're not doing virtual consultants and don't have any interest in it, just mark your calendar for our next call, which is August 5th. That will be the first Monday. So please go ahead and join us for that call. But if anyone, we'd love for you to go ahead and stay here with us. And we're going to have Christy's going to go ahead and screen share and show us some Canva moves. Right, you're muted. Let me unmute you. You have to unmute yourself.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I'm going to share my screen. I don't know what's back here, so. Oh, it's Canva. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a real quick, like how you get a picture from your phone to your Canva and create a picture so you can make your own little pictures and, you know, nobody's getting in trouble with Facebook. So this is what we're going to do. So what I just usually pick one, like I mean, you can see like I have a bunch of different sizes and all kinds of stuff. Usually I just pick the social media one. So you just click on it, ta-da, and it's going to bring it up. I've got to move us. Be tiny. Okay. All right, so you bring it up, and this box, this is new to Canva, so we just delete it. All right, so what I normally do is, I'm gonna have to stop sharing for a second. Okay, so what I normally do is I go to, like, if I take a picture of some food, I go to my photos on my phone, and I click my photo, whatever one I'm going to choose. I don't know if y'all can see. We've got hamburgers here. And then I'm going to send it to my messenger. And I send it to myself. And so there we go. Sending this picture to myself. Because I don't email. Like, I don't like emailing. And this is easier for me. I just feel like it is. It's faster and everything else. So we've sent that to me. We're going to screen share again. And then you got to open up your other tab and go to your Facebook. And then you just go to Messenger here. And it's going to come up that there was a message from me. I sent a message to myself. Most fat. Oh, there it is. Okay. So here's my picture. And all we're going to do is we're going to save this picture. We're going to call it Ham. And now we're going back to our Canva here. So then we're going to go to upload. And we're going to upload Ham. So you click the upload button. I don't know how everybody else's is, but I just go to my quick access pictures, and here's Ham right there. So I'm going to load him up. And he's going to load over here, and we're going to stick him in this beautiful picture. So if you, you can't share, you can't change any of the pictures or do anything of that nature from the ones that they gave us from home office, but I can change this and I can edit this. So I can make it say whatever I want. And I feel like this picture of Ham, we are going to make it bigger. Okay. I want him to be square. That's what I want to do. I want him to be more square like the thing. So we're going to crop him a little and make him more square so we can fit him on the screen. And if anybody has any questions about this while I'm going along, just say something, because I do this all day, every day, and this is like second nature to me. So if you have a question, please ask me. So I stick him in here. There he's nice and centered. And then if you click the background, you can change your background to whatever color you want him to be. We'll make him pink just because it's Ham. And then you can change your text messages over here. So I usually just pick the biggest one so I can see what it says. So I type up some words. You can change the font of it. Let's use this Toy Box font here. So we can change the font. You can change the color of it. You can adjust the colors over here. Just drag this around. You can make it whatever colors you want. You can drag this around to however you want it to be, whatever shows up the best. Here where it says spacing, you can adjust this to where, you know, everything gets closer, further apart, however you want that to be. And then you can squish your letters close together or stretch them apart. Do all these amazing, wonderful things there. And you can, here, where it says alignment, you can get them centered. You can put everything off to the left side. You can make it stretch across the whole space that you have there, all the way to the right or back to the center again. So, and then you can also move this anywhere that you want it to be, and you can rotate it or anything of that nature. You, if you want your background, I think these are kind of cool. If you go over here to backgrounds and slide down, there's all kinds of different things that you can make the backgrounds be and change them to however you want them. I really like these ones that fade into the different colors, and so you can change also those colors. They don't have to stay just like it is there, so you can change whatever you want the back, like the one color. You can change how that is also. And then, of course, there's always the designs and things like that. Now, if I wanted to, because the words here are not like the easiest to read. So if I wanted to, what I would do is I would go to elements here, and I would go to one of these grids, and I'd pick a grid, and then, you know, make it kind of like the size of the words here. We'll see if we got it somewhere close to the size of these words. That'll be good. And then we can change the color of it. So let's make it purple just for fun. And then you can change that it goes, we want it to be in the back. So we want to be able to see those words that we put there. And then if we've decided that we want to be able to see through these, then you hit this little checkerboard right here, and it is going to make it transparent. So you can adjust how transparent this is and things of that nature. So if you decided, like if somehow I got all of this all mixed up or moved around and I needed to move it all back, but I didn't want to do it all individually, so you just take your cursor away from the pictures and drag it, and see how it highlights, puts a little blue mark around everything. So you highlight everything you want to move, and let's see. Nope, it didn't do it. I'm so sorry. Okay, so we want to do these things right here. It's still not doing it. Why won't it do it? Oh, okay, so it did do it. So most of the time it says like group. It'll ask if you want to group it together, but then you can just kind of move it, the whole thing around. And then once you click off of it again, then you're just going to move one piece like so. Okay, so there's also like shapes and all kinds of different things here that you can use also. And then if you click on them, like these are frames, so this will just be a little circle just like this. So if I wanted to put Ham in his little skillets, oh, I have to put the frame in the back because the picture's bigger, so sorry. Okay, so I can move Ham and put him inside the frame. Go inside. So you can put him in here like this, and you can move things around. So Ham is super excited to be doing his burgers instead of bacon. But if this is not centered into your picture the way that you want it, if you double click it, then your picture comes up like this, so you can drag it and move it around. So if I put this all the way at the bottom, and then I clicked that I was done, now Ham's a little bit further down in the picture. So, did anybody have any questions? Need to know anything?
I always wondered what those frames were all about. that was fabulous, and to be able to put it in the back, that's wonderful. Did you guys all know this? Was I the only person in the room?
I did not know all of these things. But Christy, when you wanted to do like the Ham is happy to flip burgers, not bacon, that rectangle, could you have done a shape instead of a frame? Was there a benefit to you doing a frame for that part?
For this purple square?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I did a grid for that, but I mean, you can do like I could put this.
Like, what was the difference for using a grid for that instead of just a shape, the rectangle shape?
Well, because okay. So this rectangle shape, see, the only way I can move this is this way. No matter, like if I go up, it's going to move it shorter. If I go out, it's going to make it bigger. Like you can only stretch it.
You can't turn it with the little circle underneath it?
Well, you can turn it.
You can turn it, but you can't adjust.
Yeah. So that, like, all you can do is no matter, see, if I go up, it makes it smaller. And then if I go down, it's going to get bigger. That's all it's going to do. But if you do a grid, I always just pick the square one. So I can take this and I can move just this way, or I can move it this way. I can make this whatever shape I want it to be.
So are you saying that if you were to pick a rectangle under the shape category, it would still stay a rectangle? You could not make that rectangle then a square.
Right. And so I usually pick the grid if I'm going to put it behind the words, because I can make this.
You can adjust it from all the sides.
Right. And I can put it, like if I put it back here, I can make it so it is exactly the same as the words. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You only use the ones under shape if you want it to maintain that exact ratio.
Right.
Shape. Okay.
yeah, and see, like I can stretch just the bottom down this way, and then I can put just the top down.
And
it
you
won't
cannot
push the
put-
sides.
You can't put like Hammy inside of a grid. Hammy, if you want him inside a shape, it has to be inside of a frame.
No, you can put ham inside of a grid. I think. Hold on a second. Why you gotta ask me so many questions, Jen?
Because I always just do shape because I'm like, I don't know what the grid is and I don't know what the frame is.
You can put him inside of here.
I'm with you.
I had no idea you could do all this.
Yeah, and then once you put him inside of a grid, so if I make this bigger, he's gonna get bigger with it. You see, you'll see more of the picture.
And again, you can just make it skinnier or taller.
Yep.
It doesn't maintain the rectangle shape.
Right.
Okay.
Christy, do we have to have the upgraded Canva to do all this?
No, I don't. I just have regular Canva. I don't pay for anything. I don't. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I guess we should have started by saying this, you're not paying.
Right, I'm not. So, like, there are things. Oh, you can do this too. This is a perfect way to show you. Let's see. Photos. If you go up here, it's going to tell you things. See, now it has like the little, the dollar signs at the bottom that tells you this one is going to cost you money. This one's going to be free. And so you can search. We're going to look up bacon. So you can look up pictures of bacon. Okay, all of these are going to tell you like this one you have to pay for, this one you have to pay for, this one's free. So if you wanted, you could use that one. You can use that one. And you just click them and go on your thing. And you could use that. But if you click one of these that has a dollar sign on it, it's going to give you the watermark over it. And you can go on and pay your $1 for that picture if you want to. Or this is what I do. This is Christy's cheating. Right here, I go to Google and I put transparent bacon images. And then I click on these. So I pick one, and you'll know it's transparent when it has these checkers behind it. And so then I save that picture, whatever it is, bacon, wonderful. And then I go back here and I'm going to upload my bacon picture. And then it's going to give it, it's going to give me my bacon. And then here's my bacon that I can just toss in my picture. Okay, Ham, you've got to go. So here's my bacon with no whiteness around the outside or any background or anything.
That is so smart to actually put the word transparent right in the Google search.
Oh, yeah.
Now I want bacon.
Like if I wanted to put a picture of our skillet is great at frying bacon, then you could put a picture of our 12-inch skillet on your pan. If you didn't have bacon, throw this picture in Canva in your skillet, and it's going to look like you've got bacon in your skillet.
Christy?
And then you didn't have to do the dishes.
Christy, now if you wanted to get Ham back without having to go through all those steps, is there a way to say, oops, I really don't want to use the bacon? Or do you have to go through that again?
This little button right here is your
Okay.
undo, or Control Z, it'll tell you, and you just, there he is.
Okay.
Now we want to get rid of our bacon instead. And then he's back.
And when you're completely done, your image, your Canva thing is finished, do you save it to your computer?
So what I usually do, if it's a product, I have a file on my phone or on my desktop that says products. And so I'll stick it in my products. Now, if it's like stuff from last fall, I'm done with those. Whatever. So I get rid of those. And so whenever the new ones come out this fall, I will add new pictures in there of that stuff, but I only keep like so many in there. And if it's something that we've used like a million times, then I'm like,
So
okay.
you do have to save it to your computer or to your phone, whichever way you're creating it.
Right. And you can do a lot more things on the computer on Canva than you can on the phone. It's way easier too. And so when I do with it, I don't do this download it or any of that stuff. I just make it big like this. So it's nice and clear regardless. And then hold on, I got to move all of these things or my picture's not going to be the same. Then I use my little snipping tool, which is now over here. So I pull up my snipping tool and then I highlight my picture. And then it's going to ask me if I want to save it. And I say yes. And then it's going to ask me where or to rename it or whatever. And so I'm going to rename it Ham. In my original picture that I had on here, I want it to be something like, I don't care about that same picture because now I'm just going to replace that picture with this one, because if I ever need to use that same picture again, it will always be right here in my images on Canva. Like, it'll never go away.
That's a great idea. You're not.
So I don't have to save that picture on my computer ever again.
That was so many great ideas, Christy. So many things. I was trying to keep my mouth closed of all the things I didn't know.
I thought I was pretty savvy in Canva. Apparently not.
So would I. Christina, ignore anything I ever told you in the past and just call Christy.
Christy, I have a question. Where was the snipping tool?
Oh, okay. So I don't know what I have a Dell computer. What does that make me have? I don't know.
A PC.
So obviously I don't have a Mac computer, but on my computer, like, can you see my bottom bar down here on my computer?
Yeah.
Okay, so right here, I just type in snipping tool, and it comes up. Snipping tool. It's an app, and then you can choose to put it on your bar down here, whatever this bar is called.
You can put it right on your toolbar.
Yes, the toolbar. That's what it's called. Yes.
All right, I couldn't see the bar that you went to get the snipping tool.
Down here on the very bottom.
I guess it's just not showing on my screen.
Yeah, so what you should do is, you see where it says type here to search? You could just type in snipping tool there, and it will come up for you. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Snipping.
All right, any other questions? You guys, it's really is just playing around with it, but just don't go down the rabbit hole forever. Desiree?
If you guys have a Mac computer, Command Shift at the same time and number 4, your snipping tool pops up and you can save it to your desktop.
I knew it was a bunch of buttons for the Mac. I was like,
Command Shift
4.
F4.
No, just 4.
Just 4, the number 4. Command.
And Christy, you're using Windows 10?
Sure.
Yeah, she's on 10 with that.
That's what I thought. Because Windows 7, things are a little bit different.
You search.
I just pretend to be computer savvy. I'm really not.
Did a great job. Well, thank you. All right, ladies, thank you for hanging in there with us, and Christy for sharing all of your Canva knowledge and all your Facebook posts. We appreciate that. So remember your call to action. You know, everybody needs to go and keep the letters going to demonstrate a product using just their hands. Also, the next 3 days, you know, reaching out, making more calls. And if you don't have a show from the 1st to the 15th, you need to do your own show so that you can get yourself off, you know, this July going strong. And those of you that'll be at conference, I'll look forward to seeing you there. And again, don't forget to mark your calendar for August 5th for our next Zoom call, and then our 2 opportunity events, which are, again, the 10th and the 31st this month. Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you again, Christy. You guys have a great rest of the evening, and we will talk next time. Take care.
Night, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.